which is pretty damn fun because it's not that hard to do. What the? Hello, I want to show you guys this $45 jet. Even though it's let's see, a little bit windy. I want to see how I could fly out here. I'm trying to see how I set up my camera. Is it good? I believe so. Alrighty. Okay, so right now I'm just in beginner mode. Just gonna try to build some speed. Not at full throttle yet. Now I am. It's still full beginner mode. That's mid mode now. A little bit faster, not trying to fly over the houses over there. I just want to show you guys, like, yeah, this is $45, but I'm gonna try to fly it maybe in this little cloud area. You can kind of see it's a few hundred feet away already, like pretty easily. I trust the range on this pretty good, and you could turn real sharp and, you know, kind of hover in, and then yeah, you see I could, what is it? Try to get it to stay in one place by pulling up and adjusting the throttle, and then accelerate, let off the joystick. And this is all in mid mode. You see, I'm kind of get it to build some speed considering it's 1S. Right now I'm going to keep it in stabilized mode in the mid mode since it's maybe like 15-20 mile per hour gusts. Especially for this little plane, like it's, for how big it is, it's really quite light. It's flying in some good winds right now with the gyro. And like I said, this one I trust more at the range than my little $100 Warbirds. Because I'm trying to go real far into that area, but it's a lot harder considering that's where the wind's coming from. Right now, each of these light posts are pretty far, and I'm a few of them away, so just slowly coming back here. Moving the joystick so I don't lose my orientation. See how far that was? Yeah, I'm flying this, you know, easily hundreds of feet away from me. And for $45, it's really quite impressive. You can see I took the landing gear off because with this little plane, it's flying a lot better without the landing gear. I think it was giving it way too much wind resistance, or the weight was just right on the edge. I don't recommend actually changing much to these planes if you were to modify them. I would recommend not running the landing gear though, because it's flying very steady. Even, like I said, this is like 20 mile per hour gusts, but I'm just in B mode or mid mode. You can see my controller too, I have a little screw in it so I can actually switch modes. Because from the factory it's so hard to touch those controls when you want to keep playing with it. But you can see I'm going to put it into mid mode. It's supposed to be for park flying mode. And then C mode is supposed to have a little bit more climb and allow you for small area flying. So you can see I'm gonna kind of fly it in this little area. Pretty easy. This is beginner mode now. It has more climb to it. Mid mode has assist, but very little climb. So you can see this is beginner. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know, making sure the crew's okay, I guess. A little air show or something. That's what beginner mode is. It's just, you could fly it super slow if you wanted to. You can still fly it fast in mid mode, but you definitely have to like pull down on the joystick because it's really trying to force a slight angle up. So I'm just flying it slow. Same battery still. Oof. I just stalled out right there. But I love the tiny propellers, a lot less likely to get into any trouble. And you can see it flies really nice. Flies kind of like a paper airplane. Like, oh, that wasn't a good example. Not with the gyros, maybe. A little bit more push on than what I'd like, just a little bit. And there we go. Too much wind to be trying to toss it around like a paper airplane, but it does dart around once it has some momentum, like one. It's pretty nice. This is full beginner mode right now. I'll tell you guys when I switch to like mid mode and stuff. I can kind of like, with the wind, you know, I can kind of sacrifice going forward by pulling up and slowing down at the same time. So it looks like I'm hovering now. Like I'm trying to get it to hover as much as possible. So that's pretty cool. You're able to do that. And then, let's see, lower the speed. I'm just slowly turning. Now full throttle, switching into mid mode. Should be able to see it levels out a little bit better in mid mode. And let's just gain some altitude, some distance. Same battery still, hasn't been low, you know. I really like this model because it's actually nice for the wind for two reasons. It's super, like the design will like super aerodynamic, cut through the wind in almost all directions. But what else? It's also only $45, you know, so it's even better in the wind, you know, less worry. You see, this is mid mode right here, just controlling it into the high, feels like 25 mile per hour gusts roughly. Yeah, most people do not see a $45 jet that can fly like this. I can like pretty reliably catch it too. Like I can slow down right here, slow down a little more, pull up so it doesn't go away, and I just caught it. Now I can up the throttle, and there it goes again. So pretty damn good beginner airplane if I'm able to catch it. I'm not able to catch any of my other planes, and this one's a jet, you know, so I know some people get worried about flying jets, but this one's really slow. It almost flies like a paper airplane, kind of. Not to like talk it down or anything, but it kind of handles like one. Don't know how to quite say it. You can see I can obviously maneuver it. There goes the low battery warning. So now I'm gonna try to catch it again. You see if I can catch it pretty reliably. Lowering the throttle, pulling up so it doesn't go away. Seems like I don't have enough elevation. Slowing it down now with the wind. Ah, there we go, got it. Time to change the battery now. Okay, fresh battery now. So let's see, turning on the plane, the remote. And now I want to do some range testing, and as well as show you guys just how I think it's pretty cool. Like this little 70-gram plane in this wind in mid mode can go from here, and it's going to go pretty far, or about as far as I can take in. Hopefully, hand catch it. I just think that concept's pretty cool because, like, I mean, back in the day, these were so hard to control and land, especially a jet. And now I can take this little $45 thing, fly it hundreds of feet away from me, and catch it on with my hand, with very little practice. I'm pretty happy with it. Like you can see, I'm trying to get real far up in there, or pretty far from me, at least. I am walking with the controller, but just a little bit. Now I stopped. Try to get some distance. You know, that's easily like 300-400 feet down the street from me, and then a couple hundred feet up in the air. Lowering the throttle so I can kind of relax here a little. Oh, I was about to stall, I could tell. Gave her some up elevation. Looks like it was struggling a little. I haven't trimmed it, I'm just relying on the gyro, which is pretty nice. So, like, especially for the $45 price point. See, I can climb and gain altitude pretty damn good against in the wind. And turn around. To a hover kind of above me. Pretty easy, just cut back on the throttle to like 20% or so, 30%. Then if I wanted to, I could probably drop it from here with like really low throttle. Too slow. That was pretty cool maneuvering though. You can see with some more practice and some less wind, you can really, like, for $45 especially, really get skilled on this thing. And you can trim it, and with the least amount of gyro, it still has a tiny amount of assist. On the A mode, you can go inverted and stuff, so it has very little assist. But you can actually learn to fly this with quotations, no gyro, kinda. Like, let's see if I have it trimmed. Oh, nope, no. It's pretty cool. It's trimmed so shitty that when I take it off the gyro mode, it instantly does that, and I'm just flipping it back into beginner mode, which is pretty damn fun, because it's not that hard to do. What the fuck? Especially in this wind. But yeah, it was pretty impressive jet, as you could tell. Oof. Couldn't get it that time. But it's so light, you have no worries. So you just pick it up, make sure you got no little pokies on it or whatever, and you go again. I love it, dude. $45. Come on. The back of my day, would have had like 20 of these. Jesus. Let's see if I could do it maybe in the sky. Not too bad. A little too crazy. I did it successful a couple times, so I'm not gonna play with it too much more, especially in this battery. Like the battery's getting lower and the wind's getting stronger. It's already exceeded, I'm sure, everybody's expectations for $45. This, like, I can hold it in a hover so easy, like, quotations hover. I know it's not like a straight up, like, you know, this is it climbing as aggressive as it can in mid mode in this wind, you know. So it's nothing crazy. Well, is, but the price, unbeatable. Ah, easy.